A pleasure to meet all at last, and welcome back once again to HJN Season 5. So, with all that I've covered so far, some might wonder, what do I have in plan for this exact episode? Well, we're at $26.99, yeah, only one step closer to $2,700, and the subject is partners. Partners are people whom you can rely on for various tasks. They can be people whom you might engage with in school, classmates, teachers, faculty members, etc. You can always form a partnership with these people because they are, of course, your next of kin in the classroom. People whom you go to every single day. You go to class with them, you spend a lot of time together. At some point, the teacher or whomever else is in charge may start to call you out and have you form a partnership. And whether that's their assignment or if it's the assignment for the student, it's more up to them, and also how the school itself works. But this is just a mere example of how partners really goes up. Partners can also refer to dancing as another mere example. They also can refer to partnerships. Like, are you partnered with a certain company or organization, or a grouping in general of people whom you cooperate with on a daily basis regarding whatever types of activities you do. It could be paid work, it could be a sponsor, it could be anything of the sorts. I, of course, have racked up tons of those things. Sponsorships, of course, was a subject that I had previously covered in HJN, so it's pretty much up your alley if you want to learn about that, that is. But apart from my own end and the many ends that other people have made, the real big partners, I feel like, ought to be made a little more concisely and clear-cut are mutuals. Now that itself is probably an entirely different subject that I could talk about on HJN, so it doesn't matter how you portray it or how you think of it. But one thing's for certain though. Partners are indeed reliable, loyal, faithful, anything that you can possibly think of. These are the kind of people in which that you could provide good fundamentals, teamwork, organization, and skill sets, among many other things that would indeed be necessary for getting certain jobs or activities done. It could be a sport, it could be an important series of paperwork in the office, if those are even a thing anymore. It could be someone whom you might cook with at the restaurant, a fellow chef, if you will. But there's always a good time in which that you can always formulate not just a friendship, but a partnership with somebody of any sorts. And there's, of course, the occasional time in which that in the government or military, you might have somebody accompany you on whatever mission you might have. If that mission's impossible, then it's basically up to fate to decide what to do next. But at least you can die knowing your partner was there to at least witness your final moments. And maybe, just maybe, if you ever have a wife, kids, or anything of the sorts, maybe they can tell you what they know about what happened to you. So with that in mind, this is pretty much all I have to offer for this piece on HJN. But I will have something else planned for tomorrow. So make sure to like, subscribe, comment, follow me wherever you can find me, and stay on the Hollywood side for more.